Hey you guys, I am back with another video, and in this video I want to share my labor and delivery story. And I am going to be upfront and let you guys know that this experience was very, very traumatic for me. And I'm going to make sure I say for me, because I know people are going to have all kinds of issues or compare stories to other people and stuff. So for me, it was very traumatic. Um, as I stated in the last video, I was in labor during one of my videos that I was doing when I was telling you guys that they had me collecting urine because my blood pressure was too high when I went to my specialist, my maternal and fetal, whatever they call it. I'm just over it. I'm over it. I'm glad my babies are here. They are healthy and they are big boys, and I love them so much. Like, I just can't help but to smell on them and just hold them and take it all in. They're mine. But yeah, let's get into this story. So on that day, I was feeling a lot of kind of achiness, tired. I was a little shaky and antsy, but at the same time tired, if that makes any sense. I was a little, okay, for an example, earlier today when I fixed myself a plate, I was shaky. I was really, really hungry, but I didn't feel like fixing anything. I didn't feel like actually preparing a meal. For some reason, I just felt drained. And then when I did go into the kitchen to just fix some leftovers, my hands were literally shaky. Like I was fixing my plate like this. And when I got ready to fix something to drink, as I got ready to pour, I think I was trying to drink some ginger ale or something, and I was doing like this. So with that being said, that went on. And by the time I called my doctor's office, and they had a on-call nurse call me back, and she told me, she said, well, if this continues, because I did tell her about the aches and pains. I was having some aches and pains. I was having a little like soreness in my back, and I was having what I call twinge pains. I was having like sporadic pains. Like it'll be like a pinch and then it'll go away. A pinch and then go away. And that was at my lower abdomen area. So I wasn't concerned about being in labor. I was really concerned that maybe one of the babies was in distress. I was feeling and then it'll go away. And then maybe 30 minutes later, oh, it'll go away. So I told the on-call nurse, and I said, I really need someone to contact my doctor because I am a different case. I am high risk. I am over the age of 40. I'm pregnant with multiples, and I have had kids prior. I have had 5 kids. The on-call nurse told me, drink lots of water, get some rest, call us back in an hour and let us know how you feel. That's what I was told. She made sure she kept saying, drink plenty of water, mama, drink plenty of water. Did exactly as I was told, walked around the house, like the way our house is made. If you walk around the kitchen, dining room, living room, it's a full circle. So I was just walking around like that. By the third time, I was out of it. I was like, this is not doing any good. This seemed like it's making me feel worse. I called the doctor's office back. I explained that the last nurse on call told me to drink a lot of water and walk. So the second nurse on call told me pretty much the same thing. Well, mama, just try to drink some water and get a little rest just in case you're dehydrated. I just told her that when I did it the first time, it made me feel worse. So I don't know if a birdie whispered in my doctor's ear or if they gave her a note or something. I don't know what happened. But about 30 minutes after that second call, My doctor called me, which is very rare for a doctor to literally call you. Usually they have someone else call you because they're busy. She called me and she said, I need you to get to the hospital right now. Stop whatever you are doing. You have had a lot of kids in the past. You have a history of fainting, because during my pregnancy I did faint once. And what else she said was against me. She was just like, I need you at the hospital now, because by you having kids already, and on top of that you're over the age of 40 and you have multiples, we need to check you. And I was trying to tell her, I said, well, the on-call nurse said, she said, stop what you're doing, come to the hospital right now. Call my husband again. I still hear tools in the background. He's a carpenter. I already told him about 2 hours earlier, hey, today might be the day. I'm not feeling good, so please, like, just get home to me. He was still at work. Come home. The doctor is telling me to go get checked. So as soon as he walked in the door, it was like out the door to the hospital. Get to the hospital. Get to the registration desk. When I told them what was going on, they said, okay, mama, go into the restroom, give us a urine sample, and we're going to get you going so we can check you. But it's not a promise that you're going to stay here. So we're just going to put you in one of the, they called it some room. I don't know if it was the triage room or whatever it is, but they put me in just like a little side room right there by the registration desk. And she was like, we're going to put you in here, we're going to check you out, and we're going to give your doctor, we're going to contact your doctor and let her know what's going on. I get in there. That lady came in there and checked me. And she said, well, you're in labor. But aren't you scheduled for a C-section? I said, yes. She said, I could tell you why you're scheduled for a C-section. She's talking while she is hand in me and talking. I could tell you why you're scheduled for a C-section, because I feel a foot. And you're 7 centimeters. And I feel a foot. Yeah. And then she pulls her hand out, pull the glove off. She tell the other nurse that's in there with her, yeah, I'm about to call her doctor now. Her doctor is, I think she said she's upstairs. I'm about to call her now. She's here. Your doctor is here. She started washing her hands. She started telling the other nurse to start my IV. You're going to have these babies today. She stepped out into the hallway right at the registration desk. Now, my door is wide open. I'm sitting right here at the desk. And she doesn't sound hostile. She doesn't sound like she's in a panic. She doesn't sound loud. She calmly called my doctor and said, I have your patient here. She said my full name and birthday. She said, she's 7 centimeters. The one with the multiples, yes, that's her. She's 7 centimeters. Now I'm listening to this conversation, like I could just imagine my doctor probably was on the other end, like the one with the twins. Because she had been telling me to come in since about, I want to say since about 3 o'clock that evening, 3:30. And the lady said, yes, and I feel a foot. She's ready. And she hung up the phone. My doctor comes down and she was like, you ready to do this? It's time. When was the last time you ate? I told her right before I picked up the kids. So that had to be about 2:30. And I told her, I said, I could barely eat. I was very shaky. I said, but I did drink a lot of water. She said, why did you do that? I said, because the on-call nurse, when I called to explain how I was feeling, told me to drink plenty of water. She said, that means we may not be able to give you an epidural. We may not be able to give you, she said something else. She said, we may not be able to give you anything to put you to sleep. I said, I don't want to feel no pain. No pain. I don't want to feel this. Is my first surgery, and I would hate for it to be really, really bad because it will stick with me. This will be my first surgery. So the anesthesiology came in. I'm gonna be doing your medication. I'm gonna help with making sure you're comfortable during this process. And I told her the same thing. I don't want to feel any pain. And she come in there like, okay, we're gonna get this going. We're gonna give you some kind of block, like a spinal block. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but that's what I heard at the time. I'm gonna give you a spinal block. How tall are you and what's your weight? Now this is how she's doing while she's talking to me. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, can she calm down for a minute? Can she like be professional for 1 second? She's laughing with somebody else in the hallway, talking about something totally different, talking about something about the holidays, and asking me my height and weight at the same time. I said I'm 5'7.5". She said, you could have kept the half. She 5'7". Now in the past, my endocrinologist has told me, he told me, always make sure you give your exact height and weight if you can, because they're going to use that to measure out your dosage of medication. I said 5'7.5". You could have kept half. She 5'7". Put 5'7". She talking to somebody in the hallway. And I looked at my husband like, this is going to be a long night, because I have no time for people like her. So she told me she was going to be administering the medicine. There was another girl to my right. I don't know who she is. I don't know what they call her, but to me she was like a nurse. She was very calming. She was like, I'm going to take you down. I'm going to be with you throughout this process, and we're going to get you through this. Because I told everybody in the room, I was like, I'm nervous, y'all. I'm scared. I've never had, I said, I'm not a punk. I can endure pain, but I've never had a surgery before. So at the last moment, right when they was about to take me down, as soon as I saw the wheelchair being placed in front of my room, I started to get some type of anxiety. And I let them know that. I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing by saying, y'all, I'm getting nervous. I've never had a surgery before. I'm scared. Please make sure I don't feel anything. I don't want to feel anything, but I do want to be alert when my babies are here to give them skin to skin, and I want to nurse them as soon as possible. We do that with all our kids. I always have asked to nurse as soon as possible. So they was like, okay, well, okay, mama. They gave my husband his clothes to change into, and they took me down. The one that was on my right side, who was very calming, she wheeled me down. She made sure I had a different mask, because I told her, I said, I don't want this. I had my cloth mask on at the time, and she gave me one of the masks they had at the hospital, and she gave my husband another mask just in case he wanted a different one. She wheeled me down, and she was like, she said, you're going to be all right. We got in the room, and the same one that was on my right hand side, I'm going to call her my angel. My angel, she was the same one that was on my right side. When we got in the OR room, she said, I want you to swing your legs over to the side, hold on to me, and just breathe. She said, if you got to hold on to my jacket or whatever makes you comfortable, just breathe. And she said, lean forward into me. Lean forward. Here come this snapping, popping girl again, come in the room. I heard her coming in because she just dancing in the crowd. No music playing at this time, but she comes in. Yeah, see what you gonna do. Meanwhile, I'm bent over, so I don't know that she's instructing a student as to how to give me the block. The first time they did it, all I know is I heard a pop and I felt something, felt like a little small balloon, like a small water balloon or something. And I felt the pop, I felt the burst, and I was like, and I jumped because it was, I've had epidurals before, but this, for some reason, I've never felt a bubble and a pop and all that. And she was like, do it again, do it again. Yep, all you gotta do is like this. You just, once you do it like that, then you'll get used to it, you'll get used to it. I'm hearing this and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God. She's training someone that has never done it before. I could tell by her wording. I could tell by the way she was talking to her. And she was talking to her like they were doing something like planning a birthday party or something. Oh girl, you'll get it. Once you do a few of them, you'll get it. So they laid me back. And she took this, looked like a little pin or something. And she said, let me know if you feel something. So she did it first on my arm, and I said, yes, I feel it. She said, you feel that? Yes. Then she went down, and she did my upper thigh, and she did my abdomen. She said, you feel that? I said, yes, I do. Now, I ain't say you ain't gonna feel nothing. I ain't say you ain't gonna feel nothing. Now, I know you gonna feel that. I said, well, you asked me, do I feel it? And I'm telling you, yes, I do feel it. She did it again 3 times. Bloop, bloop, bloop. She said, you feel that? Yes, you just stuck me 3 times in my stomach. Yes, I felt that. Oh boy. And then she did something to the table where it went from like this to it felt like she tilted my head downward. Mind you, I have vertigo. Very bad vertigo. So tilting my head back like this caused me to have a little dizziness. So I turned my head to the side. I've had vertigo for so many years now. I've had vertigo for about 14 years now, 14, 15 years. So I've kind of trained myself on how to reduce it, how to minimize how much I get dizzy. So I was like, Lord, not now. So I leaned my head to the side and I said, is my husband coming? Is my husband coming? I started begging for my husband. Cause he's my best friend. He's my comfort. He's the one that I lean on when he's my comforter. Like, I don't know. Just when I'm going through something, I know that if he's by me, it just helps me go through it. So I was like, where's my husband? Is my husband coming? They was like, he coming. He came in there and he looked at me. He said, they here? The boys here? And it was a little joke between me and him because we joke with each other like that. They was like, oh Lord, he think the baby's already. Oh God. It was a joke. He knew he was coming in to witness the birth. It was a joke because my grandmama called me fast tail because I do everything kind of fast. I'm very independent. I always have been ever since I was a little girl. So that threw me, and I looked at him in his eyes and I just said, please just talk to me because they are just not professional. My doctor hadn't came into the OR room yet. I was like, please just talk to me. They're not professional. I was like, oh my God, not with me. And he looked at me and I guess he saw the seriousness in my face and he just said, you're gonna be okay. And then at that moment, they started playing my grandfather's favorite Christmas song. Bells will be ringing. His birthday is on Christmas, so every year for Christmas at midnight, on Christmas Eve, midnight, we play Bells will be ringing just for him. And he passed away 16 years ago, and here I was on December the 16th, having twins, which one of them I did name after him. And they played Bells Will Be Ringing, and my husband looked at me and said, that means he's with you. He wanted to let you know he's here. The doctor came into the room. She told the team, okay, we have 2, 1 presenting foot first, all that. When I tell you I felt everything, I felt every cut. I can tell you, I didn't even know this, but I could tell you, I know for a fact they cut in like layers. I was like, oh hell. I feel everything. I told my husband, I said, please hold my hand. I feel everything. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I just kept saying, I feel it. I feel it. Oh my God, I can't believe I feel it. And here go this popping, snapping, girl. You gonna feel some pressure. You gonna feel some pressure. I was like, oh my God, I feel it. I feel it. I feel like this is more than pressure. I feel every cut. I feel every pull. I feel every tug. I feel it. I felt when the first baby, when she pulled the first baby out, it felt like more than a pull. It felt like she was trying to rearrange them. And it's just, oh my God. When I tell you guys, this labor and delivery, well, I wouldn't even call it labor because I don't even remember being in any pain or nothing. I just was uncomfortable, so I'm going to call it my delivery. My delivery for these boys was the most traumatic delivery I have had out of all my children. I felt as if I was not being heard. I was not being taken seriously. I was not being seen as a person from the time I called to the time my babies were born. And that'll be part 1. I'll come back with part 2 because I'm over my time. See you in the next video and I will give you part 2.